The stars are right, and that means it's time for another episode of The Whisperer in Darkness. I'm your host, the Man from Lang. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hello, Arkham horror fans. This is your game of the day. Remember, you can get in on the fun and tell me which investigator and what scenario you would like me to play by heading over to surveymonkey.com and answering 3 quick questions. Do that, and I will do my best to record that playthrough for you. If you like this sort of content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a great deal. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel who have gone above and beyond to bring you content like these playthroughs. If you'd like to support the channel and see your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Without further ado, let's play some Arkham Horror LCG. On today's Game of the Day, we are going to revisit a game that I streamed over at the Great Old Ones Gaming Twitch channel many months ago. I had planned to do a Circle Undone campaign with Tommy Muldoon with the goal of beating Union and Disillusion solo. I recorded 2 games, I streamed 2 games, which were on the channel. Unfortunately, I never did get to finish the campaign. That is the plan here. So we're going to kick things off with Red Gloved Muldoon. That's what I'm calling the deck, and we will be taking it up against Witching Hour. Just a quick summary of the deck here. We have Old Keyring for discovering clues, Cherished Keepsake, of course, for soaking some horror, Bandolier in order that Tommy can use both his shot or his Becky and the Old Keyring. We've got Beat Cop in there, Tetsuo Omori, Enchanted Blade. We need that Bandolier so he can wield multiple weapons at once. We've got, of course, some Survivor good stuff in there. Look What I Found, Lucky, and Scrounge for supplies. We also have some of the Guardian standards, such as Evidence, Prepared for the Worst, Scene of the Crime, Steadfast, and Vicious Blow. No real surprises there. And we have 2 copies of Chance Encounter in the deck. Those are in the deck, so when we do get around to purchasing the Red Gloved Man, we have a way of recycling him from our discard pile. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. We are going to play the Circle Undone. The goal of this deck is to beat Union and Disillusion solo. I have done it with a Tommy deck in the past. I know what I need to do to beat it, and that is purchase the Red Gloved Man, and he will allow me to hopefully pass the circle tests. The trick is to get there with enough experience points to be able to pull it off. I need 17 experience points. Hi, JP, how are you? Glad you could make it. Must be yes, I am burning the midnight oil. Well, this is more of a test. I told Nate that I'd be streaming on his channel, and so this was a test to make sure everything worked. It turned out it was a good idea because we didn't have sound before. And so, yeah, I imagine it's pretty early over in Finland. Do you guys have any snow yet? Because we had snow the other day, so we got our first snowfall of the year. So we were in the midst of mulliganing. We decided to keep the Bandolier, and we'll see what else we can get. We got a Chance Encounter, a Look What I Found. Oh, great. Thanks very much, Sub-Zero. And a Lucky. So we got a Beat Cop. That's good. We got a Bandolier. That's good. Chance Encounter, we need that for later when we get the Red Gloved Man, hopefully. If we can earn the experience points. Maybe we'll have to play a few side scenarios to earn enough XP to do it. As I was saying when I was silenced, we need 17 XP, 10 for the Red Gloved Man, another 3 for a copy of Charisma because we really need to play Beat Cop 2, and then another 4 for Beat Cop 2, so that brings us to a total of 17. Speaking of Beat Cop, we do have a copy. We've got Bandolier, A Chance Encounter, Look What I Found, and Lucky as well. So we just picked a random location. It is going to be the Witch Haunted Woods, Overgrown Barn. I was testing out a chat overlay so I can read the chat without having to look at my phone. So everything is working smoothly, which is great. So this one is a 3-shroud location. 1 clue: when an enemy would spawn at a different Witch Haunted Woods location, spawn it at this location instead. Then it makes an immediate attack against each investigator at this location. No big deal. We're not that interested in it. We're going to need some way to grab this clue. We have a 3 intellect. But we do have a Look What I Found and a Lucky, so we should be okay. I think we're going to start off. We'll start off with our 3 actions, and we are going to play our Beat Cop first. For 4 resources, that'll pump our combat up to 5. JP recorded 3 videos yesterday. Trish Cryptic Grimoire attempt, then 2 videos with Winchester Mary. How did the Cryptic Grimoire go? I'm curious to find out about that. Were you able to pull it off with Trish? We have 2 actions remaining. I think I'm just going to investigate. 3v3. Chaos Bag says -2, and I think we'll just do it again, and we will get an Elder Sign. So we pull it off. What's Tommy's Elder Sign do? +2, and I may move up to 2 damage or horror from Tommy to something else. JP says Trish with Cryptic Grimoire is doable. Okay, well that's good. That is reassuring. We'll just have to wait and see what the Cryptic Grimoire actually does once it's released. So we pulled an Elder Sign and end up being able to grab that clue. We pull, during the upkeep phase, we get a resource and a Scene of the Crime. That will help us gain even more clues. And we're moving into the first Mythos phase. 1 of 8 Doom, and our encounter card is going to be Rotting Remains right off the bat. So we're going 3v3. JP says you need to build the Cryptic Grimoire deck, build around it more than the other Translate cards. Yeah, that's understandable. The other Translate cards don't take you very many actions to do. They are, I think, like the Strange Solution is 1. Dream Diary, I think you need 2 actions, 1 to play it and 1 to pass a skill test. We have, speaking of skill tests, we have a Rotting Remains skill test to do. 3v3. We'll just take it straight up. Chaos Bag gives us a -1, so we will take a horror. So we take 1 horror. So we move on to the investigate phase. Yeah. Yeah, you need to play the Grimoire. Yeah, the one that I'm really not a big fan of is the Forbidden Tome. It takes, I think, 6 between the actions you need to translate it and the action to play it, which is a lot of actions, especially when you're playing solo. Tommy's going to move over here to this other Witch Haunted Woods location. This one is the Lonely Tree. You cannot investigate this location while you have between 3 and 5 cards in hand. That is rather annoying. You can choose to discard a card from your hand with then an investigator at a different Witch Haunted Woods location draws a card. So we need to draw a card if we are going to be able to investigate here. So we might as well do that. We get a scrounge for supplies, and then we will investigate 3 versus 2. Chaos Bag gives us an Elder Thing, which is a -3, and if you fail, choose an Exhausted or Damaged Witch. We don't have any of those, so we don't care. That's going to do it for our turn. We get a Vicious Blow. Now we just need our Enchanted Blade, or Becky. Turn 3, we are going to get our encounter card, which is going to be Dissonant Voices, no assets or events for us this turn. I'm not too sure, Sub-Zeroho. I did include Summon Hound on my list. It was a card that I saw people talking about as being necessary to go on the list, but I'm not too sure whether it was overpowered or underpowered. Personally, it seems fine, but I think what they might be referring to, just offhand, is that you can get around. If you play it with a chance encounter, you can get around, I think it's a chance encounter, you can get around not using the weakness. So you basically get the Summon Hound for free without actually having to deal with the weakness. That may be what they are, what they're referring to. Because I think if you play it with the weakness, it's fine. If you but if you don't have to play, if you don't have to worry about the Hound coming back to bite you, then it's all upside and no downside. We cannot play assets or events, so we might as well just investigate. 3v2. We get a -2. I can't play any events. That's really annoying. Let's just try it again. We're kind of in a holding pattern this turn. There we go. So we get the clue that time. And that was our second action. We'll just keep on trucking along to this Witch Haunted Woods location. Oh, we're getting all the 2 Shroud locations. That's good. You cannot investigate while you have between 3 and 10 resources, and then of course you can move resources around. So that was going to be our turn again. During upkeep we draw a second copy of Lucky, and that nasty thing goes away. We go to 3 of 8 Doom, and our encounter card is going to be Frozen in Fear. So we will need to... So move, fight, or evade will cost us an additional action. And we will... I guess we will just go from there. We will have to deal with Frozen in Fear, but fortunately we've got quite a few things to deal with. I think what I'm going to do is, we can't investigate while we have, is it 3 resources? At this location, between 3 and 10, so we need to play something anyway, so I'm going to play my Bandolier for 2, and that'll bring us back down. We might as well investigate again. 3v2. And we get another -1. So we grab that clue. And, well, we can't move because it's going to cost us 2 actions to do that. So I'm tempted to draw a card because we could use a weapon. Let's go hunting for a weapon. We get an emergency cache. That's not quite what I'd like. I want a weapon now. But we get to test Frozen in Fear, so we're going 3v3. But we do have a lucky if we need it. Chaos Bag gives us a -2, so we can play lucky. And we will get rid of that annoying card. So Frozen in Fear is gone. We draw our weakness, Rookie Mistake. Discard each asset you control with damage or horror on it. If no assets are discarded by this effect, shuffle it back into your deck. We don't have any assets with damage or horror on them, so that is done. 4 of 8 Doom, and we will draw another Frozen in Fear. Okay. So that's the second Frozen in Fear. I'm going to move. That's going to cost us 2 actions. We move to the Witch-Haunted Wood Child's Treehouse. So this is the one where when the last clue is discovered from this location, we spawn the topmost enemy in the encounter discard pile at this location. We have no such enemies at that time right now, so that's fine. If there are no enemies, oh, we got to discard cards. Yeah, that's fine. We will investigate. We will go 3 versus 1. Chaos Bag gives us a +1, so we will grab a clue here. We will test Frozen in Fear, 3v3. We get a 0. Okay, so that is good too. So Frozen in Fear is gone. Yeah, JP, I read the card to the end. We still get an enemy. Yeah, we're doing well on the Frozen in Fears at least. We draw... there's Prepared for the Worst. That is what we need. That should get us a weapon. And we will go to 5 of 8 Doom, and our encounter card... Oh, it's the Big Witch, the Priestess of the Coven. She is a 2/3/2. Retaliate. +1 fight and +1 evade for each witch enemy in the encounter discard pile. There are no witch enemies. There are no witch enemies in the discard pile. So she is just a 3. We're a 5v2 versus her. We do have a Vicious Blow. So we could kill her in 2 actions, which is probably pretty reasonable. I think we'll do that. We'll go 6v2. And for 2 damage... Let's get our actions so I don't forget. 6v2. We get another 0, so she takes 2 damage. And we'll attack her again, 5v2. We get another 0, so she's dead. We have 1 action remaining. I'm going to go fishing for a weapon, I think, with Prepared for the Worst. So we'll look at the top 9. Top 9 cards, and we whiff. Well, look at that. No weapons. Well, that is annoying, to say the least. Alright, well, at least we get to shuffle. We weren't going to see any weapons in the next 9 cards anyway, so that's something. So maybe we'll get better luck during the... well, we get the old key ring. And we go to 6 of 8. Encounter card is a Racked. That's kind of annoying too. But we can deal with it. Yeah, Rite of Sanctification is very good in Sister Mary. I should have probably rated it an Elder Sign in our when Nate and I did the card reviews. It probably should be an Elder Sign in Sister Mary or Tommy or Yorick or anybody who can pack the bag with tokens before they pull it. But I don't know. Plus, it still requires some setup. Sister Mary has the easiest setup, but it's a very good card once you get it down. So I've got a Racked to deal with. First skill test I perform's a -1. So if I grab this clue, I'm gonna get a witch, probably, and then. Oh no! I get the bad witch again. I don't want the bad witch again. I think I'm gonna actually move off. I think I'm gonna leave this one for the time being, because I don't really want to deal with the bad witch again. So we'll move to the Witch Haunted Woods. Witch Haunted Woods Tainted Well. We can commit cards from other locations, so that's not really relevant to us. Let's play the old key ring for 1, and if we investigate, we'd be 2 versus 1, but we wouldn't lose a key if we fail. So let's try that. -1, so we do succeed. Yeah, 1v1. So we do pass, we grab this clue, and we lose a key, but that's fine, because we've pretty much investigated everything we needed to. We got really lucky with the locations, man. 2 2s, a 1, and a 1. That made it pretty straightforward. Now, we are in a position to advance if we want at the end of the round. 2 3 4 5, yeah. So I guess we'll go to the end of the round. There's our Enchanted Blade. Yeah, we've got an Enchanted Blade now, so we're in good shape. I'm not in any hurry. I think I'm going to play the Enchanted Blade first before I advance. We'll go to 7 of 8 Doom. Our encounter card is going to be an Evil's Past. We knew that was coming eventually, so that'll just sit in our threat area 2. Doesn't do anything until we run out of cards, which is going to happen here sooner than later. And it is our turn again. So we will play the Enchanted Blade for 3. I don't know if I need this emergency cash in this deck. I feel like I do, but maybe I don't. I haven't decided yet. So we've got the Enchanted Blade. Yeah, we don't really... we could probably just maybe take a test to try to... Well, we don't... Let's play the emergency cash to gain some resources. We're just going to spend a turn. And then we're going to try to... it's going to be 2v3 if we try to get rid of the Racked. I've been drawn pretty well, and I've got a lucky Yeah, let's try it. 2v3. Chaos Bag gives us a -1. So that drops us to a 1, so we can play our lucky, and that will be the end of Racked. Alright, now we're in good position to carry on. We draw our second copy of Bandolier. At the end of the round, we will advance, so we'll spend 2 clues. So this is Deeper into the Woods. Each investigator must randomly choose one of the set-aside Arkham Woods locations. We'll go get ourselves one of those. Just going to move those aside for a moment while we grab our Arkham Woods locations. Shuffle those up, and we are going to get a... We get the old house. Location investigated using willpower instead of intellect. That's okay, either way. What else do? We spawn a set-aside goat spawn. And then we get a chance to evade it. And then we shuffle those things again. So let's... So we get a goat spawn for starters. We shuffle... And then we need to deal with these demonic pipings. And I think that's about it. I'm going to take a net out because we're going to need her at some point. So we shuffle one of the copies into the encounter deck, the other 2 into the discard pile. So we do that. Did we put 2 in there? Yes, we did. We didn't do that. Okay, so those go there. So now we get a chance to evade this guy. We're just testing 3 willpower. I'm not really all that concerned about evading this guy, so we'll just straight up. We get another -1, so we fail, so we just keep him around. That's fine. So that goes away. Then we can spend 1 clue to advance to the next agenda, or sorry, act. So that puts us at, for the remainder of the scenario, we can enter locations in front of other investigators. That doesn't matter much. We need 1 clue in order to advance to the next act. But we are not going to do that quite yet. We are going to... That all happened at the end of the round. So we'll go to the Mythos phase, and we are advancing there. So we discard all but the last 5 cards from the encounter deck. The investigator with the most cards in his or her player area must draw the topmost witch enemy. So we are going to discard all but the last 5. And then we're going to get a witch who's going to discard another card. The last card was a witch, so then when she discards the top 2 cards... No, the goat spawn doesn't hit me. If it came in at the end of the round, it doesn't attack until the enemy phase. So I'm safe until the next enemy phase. So I don't have to worry about the goat spawn yet. So we draw a witch. She discarded a couple more cards, and we have 12. Doom threshold of 12. We have to draw an encounter card, which is going to be Diabolic. Ooh, this could hurt. Diabolic Voices test 3 for each point you fail by. Or for, discard a card at random. +1 difficulty for each copy of Diabolic Voices in the discard pile. Presumably we have a couple of those in there. There's one. There's one. So we know at least we're going to get hit by Diabolic Voices twice, because there's another one in the encounter deck. Alright. So it's 4v3. And we're going to have to discard some cards at random. It's kind of annoying, but we have most of the cards we want out on the table anyway. So we'll just go 3v4, get a -2, so we are at 1v4. So we're going to have to discard 3 cards at random. There goes our Scrounging for Supplies, a Chance Encounter, and our Bandolier. So we get to keep Look What I Found and Scene of the Crime. All things considered, not bad. We need to kill some of these enemies. Killing the witch is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to take a horror when we kill this guy. So let's start off. We could play Scene of the Crime to grab this clue, but we can also use the old key ring to grab that clue. We only need one. We could go fishing for the other one at Witch Haunted Woods, because we'd have a Coven Initiate to deal with, which would be fine. Let's go. How do we want to do this? Kill the. We've got 3 actions. We can kill both of them. So let's use our Enchanted Blade on the witch first. So we are going 5, 6, 7, and we're dealing 2 damage. So 7v2. We get a -2, so the witch is dead. We'll do it again for our buddy here, the goat spawn. 7v3 this time. Chaos Bag says 0, so he takes 2 damage. And then we will go just regular. We'll just use the Enchanted Blade without powering it up. So we're going 6v3. Chaos Bag says Skull. That's a -1, so this guy dies. The goat spawn is dead, and we take a horror because of that. So we will put that on ourselves. And that was our turn. Witch, goat spawn twice. Easy peasy. Alright. We get a Scrounging for Supplies. Well, that's good. At least we can pull back something from our discard pile if necessary. We could actually, what we could do, we could use the old key ring, grab this clue, then head over to the Witch Haunted Woods and grab that clue as well with a new key ring. That would work out nicely. So we've got 1 Doom of 12. Counter deck gives us a Demonic Piping. That's going to surge into the other Diabolic Voices. We knew that was going to happen. So we're going to lose pretty much our entire hand here. We are going 3v5 because there are 2 copies. We're going... Oh, we don't have any Shoot, we don't have any icons worthwhile, so... Ooh, that's a -3. So that's 5. Wow. Okay, so we're going to take 5v0. So we're going to lose all 3 cards. And then we're going to have to take 2 horror. So let's put 1 on the beat cop and 1 on ourselves. But yeah, well, we knew there was second Diabolic Voices. There wasn't much we could do about that. We were going to fail that test regardless. We knew we were in trouble there, but fortunately that's it for... Oh, but we recycled the deck too. Okay, so this Evil's Past goes off as well. Because the encounter deck ran out of cards. So we are going to have to take 2 horror more. Man, oh man. We just got... So we'll lose the beat cop. When an asset you control is defeated, gain X resources, where X is the total amount of damage and or horror on that asset. Shuffle that asset into your deck. So we take 2. We get 2 resources back. And we have to... we have to test 3 willpower. So we're going 3v3. Yeah, we get to keep Evil's Past, but that's... I don't think we're going to deck the... We won't deck the encounter deck again, so that's fine. It can sit there. So that was just a sort of a bad confluence of encounter cards there, drawing 2 back-to-back Diabolic Voices and then Evil Past, clicking, and the horror from the goat spawn. So that was the Mythos phase, I believe. So we are good to go here. Now we're going to have to finish this off quickly. Can we finish it off quickly is the question. Annette is a 4. We can move in and kill her easily enough. So what we can do is, let's grab this clue here. We will go 3v0. Oh no, that's... yeah, we're investigating with willpower, but it's still 3v0, so that's fine. There's an auto fail. We knew that was going to happen at some point. So now we are at 3v2, and we get a 0. So that auto fail was more of an annoyance than anything else. Okay, so now we can advance and bring out Annette and try to kill her. We can do that during the enemy phase, so we don't have to worry about her nonsense forced ability. And then next turn we move in, hit her. Can we kill her though in one turn? Move, attack, attack. No. We can't. So we need Becky to do this. So I guess we'll draw a card. No, there was no damage on the beat cop. We get a steadfast. Well, that's... how many icons does that have? 10. What are we at? 14 minus 4 is 10. So yeah, we're okay. We get... it's a triple icon card at the moment. But we need to find... Okay, there's a vicious blow. That makes a net within killing range. So if we use the enchanted blade and a vicious blow, we deal 3 damage, and then we take her down with the next action. So that would be... I guess we'll wait a turn, because we want to trigger her during the enemy phase. So let's draw an encounter card. We get a witch. Discards the top 2. There goes a rotting remains and another witch. We can kill this witch just very easily. We will go... we lost our beat cop, which is annoying, but we're at 5v2. That's a -3, but we succeed anyway. So 1 damage for the witch. 5v3 again. We get a 0, so that's a dead witch. Am I able to move there? I can't remember. All those are pluses. I probably can't move to the witch's circle, so I'm going to have to move this turn. Now, the question is, do I trigger her now? I could kill her next turn. I think I do it, because I don't have enough sanity to really risk it. So we will advance. Whoops. Yes. Yeah, JP, it was... There's an FAQ entry that says there's 5 locations. I think it's 5 locations total. Somehow I removed a resource from myself. So we will spend the 3 clues in order to advance during the enemy phase. So we bring that out. We put the witch's circle into play. We spawn a net there. There are no witches we have to worry about. We just have to go there and kill her next turn. We get another old key ring, which is, I guess we could grab the clue at which is there, but we're not going to. We go to the Mythos phase 3 of 12. We get no assets or events. That's fine. So no assets or events, which is fine. We're not planning to play any of those. So we will move into the Witch's Circle. We will engage a net. We will attack her with the Enchanted Blade. And a Vicious Blow. So we're going 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for 3 damage. 7v4. We get a 0, so she takes 3. And then we will attack her again with the Enchanted Blade, and we will add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 V4. Skull, that's a -1. So she is dead. And we win. And she gets added to the victory display. Alright, so things got a little nerve-wracking there at the end. With the double diabolic voices, goat spawn, evil's past, all triggering basically at the same time. But we defeat Annette, and so we get our 1. We end up with 2 from Annette, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 VPs. So we're well on our way to building the deck that we want. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromlang@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at manfromlang. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.